She's go. Yes, I'm ready. These are the top stories this hour. Fuel prices going up at midnight and Tegeta prepayment against Eskom procurement processes. Thank you, Michael. Good afternoon. Some bad news for motorists at midnight as the petrol price will rise by 74 cents a litre, meanwhile diesel goes up by 91 cents a litre. The Energy Department says the hike is driven by higher oil prices. The price of Brent crude oil is now roughly $64 a barrel. It has been up and down over the last few months. Either way, the Automobile Association says consumers will take a knock as this is the second consecutive hike this year. Automobile Association representative Leighton Bird further elaborates. Eskom official Snehal Nagar today told the State Capture Commission that the Power Utilities former Executive Director Mayabanda Naidu instructed him to process a prepayment of over 400 million rand to Gupta-owned company Tegeta. Last year, Treasury released its final report on Eskom, which found the power utility disobeyed company policy and public finance rules to benefit Tegeta, which was awarded coal contracts of over 1 billion rand. The report also found that the 600 million rand advance the parastatal gave to the Gupta company was irregular. Snehal Nagar has explained the events that led to Eskom processing the prepayment to Tegeta. Nagar says Bana Naidu simply gave an instruction for the payment without giving details, adding that Eskom did not budget for the dodgy transaction. According to Stats SA, the South African economy grew by 1.4% in the fourth quarter of last year, contributing to an overall growth rate of 0.8% for the entire year. The latest set of gross domestic product, the GDP figures released by Stats SA today, they provide an overview of economic performance in 2018. Last year, the country found itself in an economic recession, the second since 1994. The 2018 recession spanned the first 2 quarters of the year, with the economy shrinking by 2.7% in the first quarter and contracting further by 0.5% in the second. This is the report released by Stats SA. Furthermore, the release states that despite the recession, positive growth in the third 2.6% and the fourth 1.4% quarters was just enough to push overall growth for the year into positive territory, with the real annual growth rate coming in at 0.8%. And finally, Trade and Industry Minister Rob Davis says that positioning the country as a destination for investment is expected to be the agenda of the newly appointed BRICS Business Council. Davis said this when he held a joint media briefing with the members of the Black Business Council in Cape Town earlier today. The media briefing was held after Davis held a meeting with the newly appointed council members. The new BRICS Business Council is made up of 5 members with extensive business experience locally and internationally. This includes Busi Mabuza from the Industrial Development Corporation, who is the chairperson, Dr. Mabuza, or rather Dr. Ayanda Nsaluba from Discovery Limited, Bridget Khatebe from Macau Mining, Dr. Stavros Nicolaou from Aspen Pharmacare, and Elias Monahe from African Group. Speaking for the council, Mabuza says they remain committed to taking the interests of the country through the council's activities. A recap on the top story. Eskom officials Nel Naga today told the State Capture Commission that the Power Utilities former Executive Director Mayabana Naidu instructed him to process a prepayment of over 400 million rand to the Gupta-owned company Tegeta. And that is all for this hour. Next headlines are to follow at 3:30. For Radio TEF News, I am Nompumelelo Mahlangu.